Hello everyone, this is MADHAV ARORA. I hope you all are fine and you are most welcome to my YouTube channel Listen Kahaniyan. तो कैसे हैं आप सब? I hope you will be fine. So, I am back with a new story and I am 100% sure that you all have listened to this story in your childhood. और हाँ, अगर आपने स्टोरी नहीं सुनी अपने चाइल्डहुड में, इट मीन्स दैट यू हैव बंक्ड योर इंग्लिश क्लासेस. क्योंकि यार ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि एक स्टूडेंट ये वाली स्टोरी ना सुन सके. शुड आई टेल द नेम ऑफ द स्टोरी? आर यू क्यूरियस टू नो द नेम ऑफ द स्टोरी? लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. So, the name of the story is Woodcutter and his ex. So, once upon a time, there was a woodcutter who was cutting the trees near the bank of the river. Now, he was cutting the trees and suddenly his axe fell into the river. It was the only source of revenue for the woodcutter and his family, and it got into the river. He was crying. He was praying to God that what has happened is, please do something for me. Then suddenly the magic began. A fairy came from the river and asked the woodcutter, "Hey woodcutter, hey man, what's your problem? Why are you crying so loudly? What's the problem with you?" The woodcutter replied, "Hey ma'am, my axe has fallen into the river." The fairy got confused and said, "Why were you cutting the trees with your axe?" The woodcutter thought for 2 minutes and then replied, "Hey ma'am, I am not talking about that axe. I am talking about AXE wali axe." The fairy smiled and said, "Oh, okay, no problem, not a problem. I am going down and I will bring an axe for you, your axe for you." Now she went down and she came with a golden axe. And she asked from the woodcutter that, "Is it yours? Does this axe belongs to you?" The woodcutter replied, "No ma'am, no fairy, it's not mine, it does not belong to me." I am 100% sure कि अगर हम में से वहां पे कोई और होता, we would have said, "यही तो है मैम मेरी, please give it to me." पर woodcutter ने ऐसा नहीं किया. He said, "No ma'am, it's not mine." And the fairy went down and again came with a silver axe. The fairy again asked the same question from the woodcutter, that, "Is it yours?" The woodcutter again replied, "No ma'am, no fairy, it's not mine. Actually mine was iron axe. Please find that in the river." The fairy said, "Ruko ruko, sabar karo, I am going." The fairy went back into the river and came with iron axe that finally belonged to woodcutter. When the fairy came up, by watching the axe in the hand of fairy, the woodcutter was so happy and he said, "Yes, yes, yes fairy, this axe is mine. Please give it to me." And the fairy was very impressed by the honesty of the woodcutter. And she gave all the 3 axes, golden axe, silver axe, iron axe, to woodcutter. And he enjoyed his rest of the life. So guys, have you heard this story before? If yes, then please tell me the moral of the story. हाँ, वही वाला moral बताइएगा, which we used to write in our childhood. Should I recall? I think that I should. Honesty is the best policy. Yes, you are right. Honesty is the best policy is the moral of this beautiful, wonderful story And this story we have listened in our childhood, and now today we have recalled it again. And I'm 100% sure that we will never ever forget this story in our future. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a wonderful day. For more updates, stay tuned. Thank you.